What's up, guys? It's been a while. Doing a little update today. There he is sitting out there. There's Elroy getting his free charge on at work. Um, I'm sitting in my work vehicle. Um, it's been a minute. There's been some changes with me. I've changed jobs. Used to work for one county. Now I'm back in my home county. This county's more friendlier to EV. Here I am. But my previous job, good job, but I don't think there was a charging station anywhere in that county for Teslas or any electric vehicles. Um, County I work for now, and which is my home county now, where I work in Charlotte, North Carolina, Mecklenburg County. My job has a charging station, level two charging station, so I get my charging on there. But anyway, it's been a minute. I've had since I've talked about Elroy. The funny thing is when I got Elroy. I got it because I was commuting to the county that I was working for next door to Mecklenburg County, Union County, and um, I think I was doing about 40 miles round trip, burning through gas in my Jeep Wrangler, and I think I think the week after I got Elroy, I accepted a position here at Mecklenburg County. And to put things in perspective, my commute has gone from 40 miles round trip to about 4 miles round trip. So I'm not gonna lie, there are most days that I walk to work because I live downtown and this is like 2 miles away, walking on the Greenway. So every now and then on the weekends, if I drive Elroy, which I did this past weekend, actually almost had about 20 miles left, so I was able to get him over here, and he's been charging up since today. Um, and my wife is doing a road trip. She's got to go about 150 miles round trip where she's going. She's got a meeting she's going to, so she's going to take Elroy. So I'll probably fully charge him up. But today, what I want to talk about is since having Elroy, I've joined different groups for Teslas and Model 3s, and everybody's been talking about ceramic coating and vehicle wrapping, all those other things, and everyone's been recommending a company locally here that can do it. And so I'm like, okay, well, let me call this company, and I'm not going to, bash them or give their name, but they're a big company that does this thing and for, tinting windows and apparently ceramic coating and wrapping. So anyway, I gave them a call and I, did a quote or whatever, wanted to find out how much it's going to cost to, take care of my Tesla. Everyone's, talking about, oh, it's the best thing you need to do for your vehicle. So, as I stated in my earlier vehicle, I'm a dad that's got girls in college, and so everything I do is I try to get the best thing I can, but I try to do it on the cheap. My Model 3 is the standard range plus, and I didn't upgrade anything. I don't think I could have, but I didn't even do the rear seat warmers. If your butt's cold in the back here in North Carolina, you better dress warmer because I'm not paying the extra amount. Not that there's a knock on it, but I'm just, like I said, everything for me is on the cheap. But I still want to enjoy it. So anyway, um, this one company said that they'll be able to handle it. Had their sales lady call me back after I filled out a form online, and so she starts going through. I think it was like different levels, and in the end, I'll keep it short. I think it was going to run me close to about two. I want to say close to $2,000 to do everything that everyone's been talking about that I need to do on my vehicle. And you know, I'm like, no. So I went on Groupon. Like I said, I'm cheap, and I started searching prices on that, and they weren't even. Well, they were better, but I'm not spending $1,400 or $1,800 just to, you know, have my vehicle waxed, and they say, oh, it's a lifetime, depending on what level you get as well. You get level one where, oh, you get a 12-month warranty. Level two, you get another couple years, and level three is a lifetime. Whatever. I'm like, I don't even. I trade in cars too much, and I don't want to have my vehicle done this whole lifetime or 5, 6 years, and then give it to somebody else, and they're enjoying it. So here's what I end up doing. I did my research. I'm gonna reach over here real quick. I'm a huge fan of Walmart when it comes to some things, and some things I'm not. But in this case, I went and got some. What is this? Ceramic coating by Turtle Wax is a hybrid solution. Went and got my cloth, microfiber cloth, and my bill on it was $17.10. So, in fact, I'll show you right here, $17.10. So, my plan is I'm gonna go ahead and wash the car up. Probably run it through Auto Bell, which I absolutely hate. The only thing I like about Auto Bell is they got that $5 ride through. Like I said, I'm cheap, so I'll ride through that just to get her wet. I park in a garage where I live, so it'd be nice and shaded. Let the car cool, and then I'm gonna go ahead and spray this ceramic coating on. One of the things that it says on here. Um, you can, if you do everything right, you can get 12 months of protection on here, with 2 coats of it. They're talking about doing a clay bar and all the other stuff, and doing all this other stuff to do first. I've I think right now on my car I may have 2,000 miles on it. I haven't really driven it much. And well, I have, but it's just been, like I said, my round trip is 4 miles, so I don't think I got that much on my vehicle to the point where I need to start stripping and all the other stuff. It's been parked in the garage, for the most part. I did have some decorations on it for my daughter. She's going to NYU, which is why I'm being cheap so I can help pay for that. We had the windows all decaled up and everything, which was, it's fine. I had no problem with that. But so I'm going to try this stuff here, to see if this will do the job for me, and save myself about $2,000 or so, or at the very least about $1,500 from what I've been seeing on detail shops here around Charlotte wanting to charge. Which I mean, granted, I guess it's the new fad, so they're going to charge whatever to get, to make their money because everyone's doing it. I'm just not that person. I'm, like I said, I went with the Model 3, and at the time that I bought it, I think it was. I mean, it's not a big secret. I think it was like $39,000. So I'm still doing an ROI on it. Am I going to, spend $40,000 on a vehicle and then throw another 2 grand in it just to make my paint shine? That's a very bad ROI. Now, if I had the money to spend on a, or on, no, no, don't. But if I bought something that was going to run me a couple $100,000 and then throwing that on there just to make sure, then yeah. But we're talking sub 40. I love the car, but it's not worth spending that on a just to make it shine, and you know save some money on car washes. Because like I said, if it was for me, sometimes I'll do it myself, but in a pinch, I'll hit Auto Bill's $5 ride through and call it a day. So, all right, I'm gonna give that a try. But like I said, well, let me clarify. I'm not knocking anybody that has done that. If you got the money, the disposable income to do that, or you just say, hey, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm not knocking you on that. I'm just saying, for me, I'm just I prefer to spend my money on other things rather than on something that's gonna keep getting hit up with bird poo and everything, which is the problem I have in my garage, which is why I'm doing this here. We have, I don't know if you remember from my first video, I'm sorry, when I parked my car in the garage, and it seems like we have every single bird has taken up nest inside the garage because we have that styrofoam that's protecting everything up there, which is probably like the worst thing in the world for as far as not keeping birds because they look at that and I mean they hollowed out holes in there and they've gone all up in there. So my garage stays noisy with birds. So um, and it's not uncommon for you to wash your car and then come back out 15 minutes later and your hood has been firebombed by some birds. So I'm gonna give this a try and see if it works, and I'll give an update on it. I'll give other updates on Elroy. He's been, fine. My wife took her on a road trip the other day, and she finally got to use autopilot. She's been against it. She's one of the ones that I gotta have control over everything, which is fine. And but, she she's looking at maybe changing jobs, and where it's gonna give her a commute. And so she got to see the advantages of using autopilot on the freeway, and it got to the point where she she liked it, and then she started complaining that it made her sleepy because she wasn't really doing anything. So but other than that, I mean, Elroy's been great. Charging's been great. I still recommend it to, I think well, let's see, I got it back in February, March. I had it maybe 3 months, 3 or 4 months, and I got about 25, if 2,500 miles on it. And I don't have any complaints. I can't sit here and think of any complaints. Um, do I feel I should have gone up to the long range or the performance? Probably when I was younger, I probably would have wanted the performance just to see how fast, or just to race some of these people in their Chargers or whatever. But I don't have a need for that anymore. I have a good paying job that also does license checks, and I don't need to mess up my income just by saying I can get to 60 miles an hour in 1.2 seconds, and I don't need to do that. I trust that other people can do that, and thumbs up to you guys for doing that, but not me. Um, the long range, yeah, I wish they would have had a long range, and I think they did back in the day, but not at the time, for the two wheel, the rear wheel drive long range. But I think that was when it first came out. But when I had used it, I, I maybe not. I don't drive far enough to, need that now, especially with a 4 mile round trip. But I'm going off on a tangent again, but I apologize. But I'll give some other updates on the Tesla. Um, and oh, wait. There's one thing that I do have a gripe with, and it's I understand it, but for me, it's just more of a hassle. Because I don't have a house anymore. I live in a condo, and I'm on the third floor, so my internet connection doesn't reach all the way down to my car. And but anyway, the one thing is the updates. You get the over the air updates, and your car lets you know, but you have to be on Wi-Fi. And the funny thing is, I upgraded my wife's hotspot on her phone. She has like the high end hotspot, and I just got the regular. So when I'm on hotspot, I think it's down to like 3G or something like that, if that. Decent for surfing, um, doing videos. But as far as downloading a Tesla update, which is sometimes 5 gigs or so, oh gosh, I've tried doing it on one. I can't remember which update it was. And on my short commute, it was god awful. It got to the point where I didn't even get a chance to finish it, and Tesla just said, you know what, we're gonna pull that one back, and I didn't even get a chance to finish downloading it. So I've had to use my wife's phone ever since then to download the updates. So that's the one thing I would recommend if you are gonna do the updates. You can find free hotspot stuff. I can't figure out how to get mine to connect to the the Spectrum because I have their service and they have the service all around the city, but I can't figure out on how to get that to connect to my car because it has to go through another sign in. If anybody knows how to do that and have figured out how to do that, help a brother out. I appreciate it. Or just point me to a video where they're discussing that. That would be much appreciated because doing it on my service, it just takes too long. So that's the only gripe I have is the fact that it won't download it over the LTE service. You'd have to have it on a Wi-Fi, which I get. I mean, it would bog down the network if everybody's downloading their updates at the same time, and so I'm not upset about that. But that's the only gripe that I can say in the time that I've had this Tesla that I'm like, man, I wish they'd done this better. But other than that, you know, comfortable ride, smooth. I mean, just everything on it, just nice, and I highly recommend it. And I try to talk people into getting one. I've got coworkers or other people that have had that interest, and I try to tell them, if you're going to spend the money on a Honda Accord or a Nissan, whatever, or God, I can't say everybody and their mama go from Dodge Chargers. I would much rather go with this than spending it on one of those. You just get so much more. Also, I love the fact that my insurance went down having this Tesla because of all the safety features. I think it went down like $100 per month is what it ended up factoring down to being, which was kind of funny. It's more expensive, but my insurance is cheaper, but which is great for me. So, all right, I'm not gonna keep going on too long. I'm ready to go home. I just pulled up and just thought to do this video. Stopped and grabbed this wax. So the main purpose of this is I'm gonna try this wax out, give you guys some updates on how it is. I'll do a quick little video on me doing the wax on there, seeing how it looks right afterwards, and then I'll probably do like a 2 month update, then another 4 month, and just see how well it does, and just normal driving, just showing how it does, and then continue to talk about how well it's performed for me as far as the Tesla or any other little cheap things I found that I that I like or don't like. But other than that, guys, I appreciate you watching the other ones. I promise now that I'm back settled and the whole COVID thing. It wasn't a reason why I didn't do it. It was just that I just wasn't driving the vehicle, so I didn't feel like I wanted to get on here and just do mindless updates. Because, like I said, I got a real job and I got a wife and family and a dog, and making YouTube videos is not my income, and it's not what I aspire to do. But like I said, I just try to give some information out on little cheap things to do to enjoy the best tech. Um, and that's just been my life. It's funny because on Father's Day, which was just yesterday, my girls, they actually bought me gifts because they know how I am on tech, and they actually got me some great tech gifts, and that they know I enjoy. My daughter got me like a wireless Bluetooth speaker, which is in the shape of a Jeep grill, and it's like a Jeep Bluetooth speaker, which I thought was pretty cool. And then I got the Google Home Hub, so I just set that up yesterday. So I'll be trying that out, see if it's worth. I don't know how much that one was, but I thought it was cute, and I don't think it was expensive, so I'll probably be looking at that and see if it's worth it or anything like that. But right now, I'm keeping it to Tesla and all other things tech. And all right, well, I'll give you guys an update later on. Thank you.